Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
Wait! Let me help! Land of Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make a smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career.
Another exhilarating chapter in this thrilling baseball season. We turn our attention to the diamond where starting in the batter's box is the Hammond Vikings. Their record stands at a competitive 2-3. A team that has battled hard through their early contests, showcasing flashes of brilliance and demonstrating a clear desire to climb the standings. For the Vikings, this game is about more than just a notch in the win column. It's about proving they can take down the league's top team, about building momentum, and about making a statement that resonates through the Northern League. And on the field are your Northwest Indiana Oilmen. For the first time this season, they tasted defeat in their last outing against the Generals, bringing their once perfect record to a still strong 6-1. That loss, a rare stumble, surely serves as a renewed spark, a reminder that even the best must refocus. You can bet they are fired up, eager to rebound immediately, to reassert their dominance, and to begin a new winning streak tonight. So lean in, we're about to witness a fascinating clash of wills. The Oilmen, fresh off their first defeat, hungry to get back into their winning days, and the Vikings, looking to pounce on the opportunity, eager to add a marquee win to their book. The stage is set for Oilman baseball, and it starts right now on the Region Sports Network. Welcome to Oil City Stadium. My name is Seth Berquist, and I'll be running a solo mission today, giving you all things Oilman baseball here in beautiful Whiting, Indiana. Defensive alignment for your Northwest Indiana Oilmen from left to right is Kamari Thomas, Nick Upperman, and Andrew Lim. From third to first, Aiden Nohava, Drew Church, Mike Fedor, and Ryan Groberski. Behind the dish is Max Miller. And on the mound for your Northwest Indiana Oilmen, number 29, Anthony Scanlon, in his second appearance of the season. 1 inning pitch so far, and 14 pitches went 1-2-3. The last time we saw him was at Dowling Park against these very Hammond Vikings. So I am sure the Hammond Vikings are eager to get back what they thought they had against Scanlon previously. Due up first for the Hammond Vikings is a powerhouse in Jalen House. Number 24 for the Vikings is one of the league leaders in hits and has a very strong average going into this game. Behind him is Rodriguez and Conniff. And it will be an exciting first inning of Oilman baseball as the stage is set and we are ready to go. The umpires behind the dish are Nix and Orms. Jalen House draws in the dirt and takes the left-handed box, and we are ready to get things started here in beautiful Oil City. Anthony Scanlon kicks and delivers the first pitch, and it is a ball outside. First pitch at 6:37. Very clear skies, very slow breeze from left to right, currently 69 degrees in Whiting, Indiana. And that one was going to get fouled off towards the Hammond dugout, and already 2 pitches in, a bit of a jump scare there for the Vikings, nearly getting nicked with that foul ball. 1-1. Straight up in foul territory. Nohava might have a grab on it, and he will make the grab, and in 3 pitches, they retire the first batter. Up now comes Dillian Rodriguez. Rodriguez currently 0 for 3 so far on the season. This is his 2nd game played. Rodriguez's first game that he played this season was right here at Oil City Stadium. Scanlon finds the inside corner with that one. Count quickly 0-2. The pitch. Hacked and missed, and that's a K to put him down. 2 outs quickly, one of them a K, and this brings up Henrik Conniff.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 21, Henrik Conniff.
Henrik Conniff 2 for 6 so far on the year. This is his 3rd game played. His first pitch. Fouled off to the backstop. Anthony Scanlon he graduated from the University of Dubuque 1 year ago. I've heard from him that he is now a full-time painter. Paints houses, rooms, fences. If you need something painted, it's Anthony Scanlon. He's got you. He's all over Northwest Indiana. I'm sure if you ask him, he'll tell you who his contractor is. And that one fouled off on the right side. We'll do the 0-2 again. A lot of people that are in this league, all the players, most of them are young up-and-comers trying to make a name for themselves, maybe move up in the baseball rankings. Anthony Scanlon has acknowledged that those days are pretty much behind him, as he is a 25-year-old veteran here of the Northern League. This is his 6th year in the Northern League. He's played on all sorts of different teams and was even in the league back when it was called the Midwest Collegiate League. And another 0-2. Swing and a miss. 2 Ks from Anthony Scanlon on 11 pitches. And we will go to the bottom of the first, scoreless here on the Region Sports Network.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Welcome back to beautiful Oil City. Defensive lineman for the Hammond Vikings. Right is Baranowski, House, Rodriguez. Third to first is Farringer, Conniff, Velasquez, and Crabtree. Behind the dish is Roberson. And on the mound is Alberto Lamaz. This is Lamaz's debut for the Hammond Vikings. We have not seen him
this year. I cannot recall whether or not he has been here previously in the Northern League. Oilmen had a very strong first inning on the defensive side. Let's see if they can get bats going early and take an early lead. And it'll be Nick Upperman. Nick Upperman from St. Petersburg College, a Stanford, Florida native, and one of the league's top hitters as he fouls the first pitch back into the netting. The 0-1 is going to be high to even it up. Nick Upperman leads the league with Luis Tomero in quality at-bats. Luis Tomero batting in the 5-hole today. And he will see that one cross the plate for strike 2. Nick Upperman is second in the league in doubles with 4, was just passed yesterday by Ryan Groberski. And then he will swing and miss at that one, and down he goes by the way of the K. And that'll bring up Kamari Thomas. Kamari Thomas, hailing from Magic Johnson's alma mater, Michigan State University. And that's going to get driven high into left field. Baranowski will make the grab, and 5 pitches in, we have 2 outs on the board. And S&M by Rihanna cues in D1 shortstop Drew Church from Eastern Illinois. First one is outside for ball 1. He drives that one into right field. Right fielder covers a lot of ground to get there, but Rodriguez makes the grab, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down from both sides in the first inning. When we come back, hopefully the bats get moving here on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at .com/Whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me help! Lando Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make the smart choice. Lando Frost Premium.
Back out in Whiting as the Oilmen take the field here for the top of the second. It'll be the 4-5-6 hole due up for the Hammond Vikings in Corley, Baranowski, and Crabtree. Scanlon pitched 11 pitches in that first inning, a very good number, looking to continue these low pitch innings as we continue on. And Thomas Corley takes the right-handed box as we are ready to get things kicked off. First pitch is inside for a ball. That one just inside for ball 2. And that one will be inside. Count goes 3-0. Because Scanlon currently doesn't attend any university, the only time he sees live at-bats is here in summer ball. So talking to him before he started his day as a relief pitcher back in Hammond, he was telling me he was very nervous because he hasn't seen a batter in a batter's box since August of last year. Last time the Northern League saw him pitch was in the deciding game of the championship series, and Scanlon was the player of the game for the Oilmen as he walks Corley and he takes first base. And the former Highland Panther Breck Baranowski takes the dish. Middle infielders playing pretty far back towards the grass as that one crosses the front of the plate for strike 1. And that one will find the plate for strike 2. Count quickly 0-2 on Breck Baranowski. Baranowski 0 for 2 so far on the year as he drives that one right up the middle. And that'll put 2 on base with that line drive single. First hit of the day.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 35, Kyle Crabtree.
So now with 2 on and no outs, it's Kyle Crabtree with an opportunity. 3 for 5 so far on the year. This is his 3rd game played for the Vikings. And that one is fouled back for strike 1. Count 0-1. Scanlon kicks, delivers, fouled off on the left side. Comes the 0-2. Fouled off once more. And that one driven right up the middle, just over the head of Mike Fedor. And Upperman will bobble that one a bit, and runners will advance. So the score goes 1-0 and puts runners on the corners with no outs. That brings up number 8, Arnaldo Velasquez. Scanlon not doing too bad of a job of placing these pitches. Just hitters finding a way to reach out and grab them. And put them right up the middle. Arnaldo Velasquez, 1 for 6 so far in the year. So that one is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-1. And it is driven high into shallow left center field. Kamari Thomas makes the grab. Runner does not tag. Beautiful throw from Thomas, but it gets just by Max Miller.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 33, Drake Faringer.
So Drake Faringer now making his Vikings debut. Playing third base today in the 8-hole. Now 1 out with a man on second and third. Force out not in play here. So fielders need to be extra careful about what happens now. Scanlon kicks and delivers. Down the middle, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Right down the middle once more for strike 2. And if I had to guess, there's a splitter coming that's going to fake Faringer out of his shoes. Here it comes. Fouled back into the netting. We will do the 0-2 once more. Fouled off. 19 pitches so far in this inning for Anthony Scanlon. A lot more than the 11 that he saw in that first inning. One more time, we'll do the 0-2. Grounded over to second baseman. Runner's going to reach home, but the throw to first is in time. So all runners advance, and the score is now 2-0 Hammond Vikings early here in this Sunday night ball game. Michael Roberson in the 9-hole. That one driven into right field. It'll land foul. Now the 0-1. High and away, ball 1. Crabtree on third. Ooh. That goes in as a called strike. The umpire not doing a great job of keeping his own count. It's written on the scoreboard right in front of him, but he tried to punch him out there on strike 2. It happens to the best of us. Let's see if Scanlon can do it for real this time. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and that will end the top of the first. 2 runs on 2 hits from the Hammond Vikings, not the Minnesota Vikings. That's a football team. We'll be back with Oilmen Bats here on the Region Sports Network.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
We don't go to the office, we build it. This is a truism with Ironworkers Local 395 and the Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Our goal is to exceed our customers' expectations. We provide a skilled, OSHA-trained, drug-free workforce, as well as many other certifications from our 4-year training program. Every time you hire an ironworker from Local 395, you should feel confident that you are receiving highly trained, highly skilled, and drug-free journeymen and apprentices who take their job and your project seriously. For more information, contact us at 219-763-7900 or ironworkers395.com.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium. Bottom of the second inning now. Middle of the pack due up. Groberski, Termero, Nojava. Oilmen currently down 2-0 to the Vikings. They had some pretty heavy bats going in the top of that second against Anthony Scanlon. Now Llamas up on the bump. 7 pitches in. Had a very strong first inning, putting the batters down 1-2-3. So Ryan Groberski comes into the right-handed batter's box. Groberski out of Triton College is a Lockport, Illinois native. Batting .367 of last year and this year combined. And that one is chopped foul toward the Hammond dugout. And that one is right down there for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count now. Groberski this year is 1 for 4. Nope. Reading the wrong number. He is 8 for 17. That's a .471 average. Here's the 1-2. Outside ball 2. And that one will fill it up. And that one fouled back into the netting. We will do a payoff once more. There's the pitch, and it is high, and Groberski takes first. Still no hits from the Oilmen, but now with a runner on first base, an opportunity to make that comeback quick, and it is Luis Termero due up.
Now batting for Oilman, number 12, Luis Termero.
Luis Termero currently batting .450 on the year. He is 9 for 20. Luis is from Coastal Bend College out there in Florida. And that one fouled back. Groberski taking a rather hefty lead out there at first. There's the pitch. Fouled off. Luis quickly falls behind 0-2. He is the designated hitter for today. Still 0-2 to Luis Termero here. Groberski on first with no outs in the bottom of the second. Outside, ball one, beautiful eye. The 1-2. High into shallow right field. It looks like it might land foul, but it is grabbed by Rodriguez in fair territory. And that fly ball will give us the first out of the day. Groberski needing to stay at second. Making his Oilman debut is Aiden Nohava now at the dish. He has been playing with Brother Rice in the 4A sectionals recently. Just got eliminated in the semifinals, unfortunately, but he did knock in an RBI single down the third base line in that semifinal game, as that one is cracked high into left center field. Jalen House makes the call and makes the grab. Real good contact by Nohava, but unfortunately can't get it done. And this brings up the right fielder, Andrew Lim. 1 for 6 so far in the year. This is his fourth game played. Strike called there. Andrew Lim is out of McHenry County College. In his hometown is Skokie, Illinois. And that one's a grounder over to the second baseman. That looks like it'll be an easy play, and it is. And that retires the second inning. When we come back, it's the Lando Frost third inning here on the Region Sports Network.
Crushing. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost premium meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Back here in beautiful Whiting, Indiana, it's the top of the third inning. Anthony Scanlon still out there on the bump. Due up is the top of the order, so Jalen House, very big hitter, but he's 0 for 1 on the day out in center field. It is probably one of the more beautiful days we've seen here in Whiting. And throw down to second cues the beginning of the inning. My phone says that it's 69 degrees out here in Whiting. I wore a quarter zip, and that might be a little too thick for the breeze that we have coming in. That seems to be cooling it down significantly. There's a very, very light breeze out towards right field right now. House now in the box. First pitch. Outside, ball one. Those first pitch strikes really mean a lot, especially against a power hitter like Jalen House. So now you have to do a lot of work to get yourself back in this count. And that one's in there for strike one. That one's on the outside corner for strike two. And that one driven high in shallow right field. A diving right fielder limb is not able to make the grab, and that will be a single to get things started in the third.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 12, Dillian Rodriguez.
So now it's Dillian Rodriguez with a man on first and no outs. 0 for 1 so far on the day. His first time up, he struck out. First pitch is low. It appears Scanlon's right foot is either wrapped with something or he has some sort of padding going on the right foot up against the bump out there. Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled off. Jalen House, a lot of speed. Oilmen are lucky that that one was chopped foul. Here's the 1-1. That one nicks the shoulder pad. And that'll go in the books as an HBP and put runners on first and second with no outs.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 21, Hendrik Kana.
A wise man once said you need 3 things to make a sandwich, and we here believe that 2 of them are bread, and one of them should be Lando Frost lunch meat. Wholesome and affordable, their premium sliced meats mix perfectly with fresh ingredients. Pick some up at your local grocery store today. Third inning of Oilman Baseball brought to you by Lando Frost. And that's grounded down the line, called foul. Very close call, and gutsy to call it foul. Now for the 0-1. In there, strike 2. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. That one. So the Hammond Vikings are just getting scared with these foul balls. Like 3 foul balls now have just been heaters over towards that Hammond dugout. And that's popped straight up and back and out of play.
As a reminder, for any kids in attendance tonight, any foul ball you pick up and turn it into the front desk will earn you $1.
Rodriguez taking a very hefty lead in that one. He leaned into that one. And that's going to be called a ball. Conniff clearly leaned into that pitch, and you can't lean into that. In the words of a very famous hockey referee, you can't do that. So the pitch is called a ball. Dre Gilmore, head coach over at first base, is having a lot to say about it. So now it's a 1-2 count. And the 1-2. Driven high into shallow center field. Underman is runner tagging up. And he decides not to go. So a double play here could end the inning. As Thomas Corley comes up without an official at-bat so far on the day. The Hammond Vikings, while a double play would be nice here, have been hitting the ball very high into the air so far today. Not a lot of ground balls that we've seen so far. Corley's first pitch. Driven on the ground just past a diving Nohava, and the runners will round third. And that looks like it's going to go in as a double, and it will. And score now 3-0.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 16, Breck Baranowski.
Breck Baranowski's 1 for 1 on the day. His last time up was a single on a liner to center. First pitch to Breck Baranowski is low for ball 1. That's going to be a grounder over to Nohava at third. The throw to first is in time to record the second out, but the runner still made it home. Gutsy choice to try not to tag the runner going from third to first, or going from second to third, rather. But now there will be a runner on third in a 4-0 ball game. Swinging strike 1 to Crabtree, who's 1 for 1 on the day with a single to center. Fouled over on the left side. Count is now 0-2. Corley that one fouled off once more. We'll do the 0-2 again. 19 pitches so far in this inning for Scanlon. And I don't know how much further he's going to go. Swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. 20 pitches in, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors out there in the field. The score is 4-0 when we come back for the bottom of the third here on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community. BP.com/Whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me hear Lando Frost. Premium meat. Delicious. And no byproducts.
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make a smart choice. Land of Frost Premium.
It's Max Miller due up for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Bottom of the Lando Frost third inning. It's a 4-0 ball game, and the Oilmen have yet to put a hit on the board. So it's 31 Llamas versus 13 Miller. And the third inning is, bottom of the third inning rather, is underway as that one is fouled off. And here's the 0-1. And it's fouled off in the exact same location. Max Miller 3 for 10 so far this year. This is his 6th game of the season. And that is low for ball 1. Hard ball to take as it crossed over the plate just a tad low. And when it's coming in like that, you really want to swing at it. In an 0-2, it's the right call to not swing at it. And here comes the 1-2. Outside, evens it up. Max Miller has 2 doubles so far on the year. That is tied for 4th in the league. Goes from an 0-2 to a 3-2. Worked his way back. And now this next pitch could really be a momentum shift that the Northwest Indiana Oilmen need. Here it is. Down the middle, strike 3 called. This brings up 28 Mike Fedor.
Now batting for Oilman, number 28, Mike Fedor.
Fedor batting in the 9-hole out of College of Lake County in Illinois. That one's going to be a ball. Mike Fedor lives in Homer Glen, Illinois. He is 6 feet tall. He is so far 1 for 11 on the year in his 4 games played before today, which is a batting average of .091. And that one hits the dirt and pops the umpire in the mask. And that may be 3 games in a row that I've seen this happen. If you were to ask me, Seth, what's the one position that needs more players in the Northern League, I'd probably tell you catching. Because all of these catchers are just letting balls go by. All the teams. And that one's on the inside corner for strike one. And that is a blooper over into right field. Rodriguez has a beat on it and makes the grab. And we go back to the top of the lineup in Nick Upperman. His previous time up, he struck out swinging, but came into this game with a .409 average. And it is a very good center fielder out there for the Oilmen. He has two bats that he typically uses. The one he's using right now is the sky blue, personally my favorite color. And the other one he has is neon pink. And he will see ball too high. And that's a ground ball, possibly in a gap, and it is! First hit of the day for the Oilmen is a single to left field from Nick Upperman. And it's now time for the bats to get hot. Starting with Kamari Thomas, the left fielder for the day. 0 for 1. His last time up was a fly out to left. Came into this game with a .350 average, 7 for 20. This is his 7th game this season played. And that is a low ball. Runner goes, ball is high, and the throw is offline to put Upperman at second. So the count now is 2-0 with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. The Oilmen being down by 4, this could give them an opportunity to slowly crawl back. Here's the 2-0. And it is a foul ball. It looks like it's still in play. Third baseman is under it, makes the grab, and that retires the side. That wraps up the Lando Frost third inning. Vikings 4, Oilmen 0. We'll be back with more baseball here on the Region Sports Network.
Crushing. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost premium meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Top of the 4th inning here at Oil City Stadium between the Vikings and Oilmen. Vikings currently lead 4-0. In Scanlon's first 3 innings of work, he's pitched 55 pitches. And the story has not been good for him so far. All 4 runs are earned, only giving up 4 hits, though. but he's only walked one. Did hit a batter with a pitch. So 2 free bases and 4 Ks and 4 hits. Doesn't usually add up to 4 runs. Strike on the inside corner to Arnaldo Velasquez, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left field his last time up. Ground ball fouled on the left side. This will be the 7, 8, 9 part of the order for the Vikings. And that is high into shallow left field. Kamari Thomas calls it off and makes it the grab. 3 pitches and 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. And this brings up Drake Faringer. 0 for 1 so far with a ground out. His first pitch is inside for ball 1. That one just inside for ball 2. It's hard not to give him that one. And that one is driven out into deep center field. Upperman makes the over-the-shoulder grab, and that's the 2nd out. Had to cover a lot of ground to get there. Very impressive job from Nick Upperman out in center field. And it's Mike Roberson to get things continuing in the 9 hole for the Vikings. 2 quick outs on 6 pitches. Scanlon may have found that groove back. First pitch, outside ball 1. The 1-0. Called a ball. Not going to appeal the check swing. Probably would have appealed it. That's just me. That one's ball 3. Inside ball 4, and that puts Roberson over at first.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 24, Jalen House.
And Jalen House brings us back to the top of the order. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a pop out and a single to right. His first pitch is low for ball 1. Now it's a grounder in the gap to right. Is the runner going to round second? He will not. So that single puts 2 on with 2 outs. And that is 5 hits so far on the day for the Vikings. This is now Dillian Rodriguez 0 for 1 on the day. Got a free base. Strike on the inside corner to Rodriguez. And it's a ground ball over by third, but foul. And here comes the 0-2. Scanlon checking over at second, kicks and delivers. Outside, ball one. That is a ground ball up the middle. Drew Church overthrows over at second. It's a fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 21, Henrik Conniff.
So now with 2 outs, the bases are loaded for Henrik Conniff, the shortstop. So far 0 for 2 on the day. He has struck out and flew out. Scanlon kicks and delivers. Fouled very aggressively towards the Vikings dugout. And that is now the 4th time that the Vikings have had a foul ball lasered out that way. That one was the hardest of them all. And it pelted the chair sitting right next to the dugout. And that one fouled back. Gives us an 0-2 count now. Scanlon looking to get himself out of some trouble. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Retires the 4th inning without putting another run on the board. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, still down by 4 when we come back on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me help! Lando Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium.
It's the bottom of the 4th at beautiful Oil City Stadium. Alberto Lama's still out on the bump. In 3 innings of work, he's thrown 38 pitches. The numbers are looking strong for him, only giving up 1 hit in those first 3 innings. A very strong part of the order coming up now in Church, Groberski, and Termero. Groberski and Termero are both on the league's top statistics in a number of categories.
Now batting for Oilmen, number 15,
So Drew Church leads things off. He's 0 for 1 on the day. The Eastern Illinois shortstop has lined out to right field previously. And we are ready to go. Lamas kicks and delivers, and it is a ball outside and low. Here's the 1-0, and it is driven high into left field. Baranowski's covering a lot of ground. It's got a chance. Gone! Drew Church puts out the first Oilman home run of the season, and it is 4-1. And this brings up 27, Ryan Groberski. Groberski fouls off the first pitch. And here comes the 0-1. It is in the dirt, evens up the count at 1. And that one is high for ball 2. Groberski so far has just walked. So no official at-bat for him yet today. And that is a ball low. Count goes full. And here comes the payoff. Drilled directly past the shortstop. And that's another single to get things moving for the Oilmen. And this will bring up Luis Termero, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Luis Termero previously has flown out down the right field line. His first pitch is seen as a strike. And here's the 0-1. It is a ball. So 1-1 now to Termero. Runner on first and no outs. Oilman looking to climb back here as Lamaze finds some fatigue. And that one is high. Hard one to take.
And 2-1, high past, and Groberski takes off for second, make it easily, and the runner has made it in scoring position on a 3-1 count.
Big opportunity for Termero to cut the lead in half. The 3-1. Inside, and he walks. Now 2 on and no out. And this will bring up 41, Aiden O'Hava.
Now batting for Oilmen, number 41,
Aiden Ohava 0 for 1 so far on the day. Big opportunity here as he represents the tying run. And that's fouled straight back into the netting. The 0-1. High ball 1. Count now 2-1 in favor of Noah Hava. Groberski taking hefty leads out there at second. Second base not being covered by Velasquez or Conniff. So he could take as big of a lead as he wants. And that is driven high into left field. It's got a chance. Gone! It's a tie ball game. Aiden Ohava goes yard in his first game as an Oilman. And we're tied at 4. Welcome to the Oilman, Aiden Ohava. He saw a hanging curveball in the zone and got every piece of it. And 2 home runs for the Oilmen in this game, when in our previous 7 games we haven't seen a single home run yet. And now it's Andrew Lim 0 for 1. And he sees the first pitch inside for ball 1. Very exciting 4th inning for the Oilmen so far. And that's going to be a ball high. You know, we were worried as just like an Oilman organization. When the season first started, we were meeting the team. We looked out at that Oil City Stadium sign and we said, that wall is really tall. And I was like, I don't know how many home runs are going to get hit over that. And Aiden Ohava said, fear not. And that ball was crushed. So now count 2-0 after this mound visit from Dre Gilmore. And that's driven right into the gap, and that'll hit left field. And another single from Lim continues the rally for the Oilmen. And this will bring up 13 Max Miller. Max Miller is 0 for 1 so far on the day. His previous time up, he struck out. Here comes the 1-0. And it is driven into center field. Jalen House covers a lot of ground, calls everyone off, and makes the grab. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that is our first out of the bottom of the 4th. Oilmen put 4 runs on the board before the Vikings could record an out in this inning. This will bring up Mike Fedor. The second baseman is 0 for 1 on the day. He'll see ball 1. Fedor once again out of the College of Lake County. Runner goes, ball outside. The throw is in time, but the tag not applied. It's a stolen base. Stolen Base is sponsored by BP, an energy company with a purpose. For maximum speed and efficiency, look to BP in Whiting. Thank you, Rob Cassiano, for looking out for that one. I didn't have the sponsorship reads in front of me. I wasn't ready. That one called a strike. Count goes 2-1. You know, it's really easy when I have somebody next to me who could, fill in some gaps, and I'm not focused on so many things at once. That one called a strike. Scores from around the league. Elkhart County Miracle faced off against the Griffith Generals earlier today. Beat them 8-5 in Elkhart. So now the Griffith Generals 1-4 on the year. And that is foul tipped into the glove, so that goes in the books as a K to bring us back to the top of the order in Nick Upperman. Back to the top of the lineup. He is 1 for 2 on the day. His first time up was a strikeout, but he singled on a hard ground ball to left field previously. Andrew Lim out on second here with 2 outs, representing the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 4th. And that first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Upperman, one of the strongest hitters that this league has seen. So this is a very big opportunity to take this game back. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Heavy swing from Upperman. He's going to need to regroup and rethink his strategy on this one as he's quickly behind 0-2. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, and he goes down by the way of the K. His second time striking out today, but not before the Oilmen put up 4 runs, all on dingers. When we come back, it's the Miller Lite 5th inning here on Region Sports Network.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
We don't go to the office, we build it. This is a truism with Ironworkers Local 395 and the Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Our goal is to exceed our customers' expectations. We provide a skilled, OSHA-trained, drug-free workforce, as well as many other certifications from our 4-year training program. Every time you hire an ironworker from Local 395, you should feel confident that you are receiving highly trained, highly skilled, and drug-free journeymen and apprentices who take their job and your project seriously. For more information, contact us at 219-763-7900 or ironworkers395.com.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium here in Northwest Indiana. Whether the game's heating up or the sun's going down, there's nothing quite like finding yourself in the right place with the right choice in hand. And for many of us, that choice is a cold Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Please drink responsibly, celebrating 50 years of Miller time. 5th inning of Oilman baseball brought to you by Miller Lite. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen in Mark Torr, as Thomas Corley takes the dish. Mark Torr has only pitched 1 inning with our Oilman team so far. In that one inning, he only gave up 2 hits, no runs in his 5 batters faced, and he struck out 2. Looking to carry that momentum into this game as the Oilmen tied it up previously in the bottom of the 4th, and what can only be described as the greatest rally Oil City has ever seen. 0-1 is down the pipe for strike 2. Mark Torr is from Edgewood College. The pitcher is from Homer Glen, Illinois. 5'11". Corley's 1 for 1 on the day. That is popped straight up over by second base. Fedor makes the grab, and that retires the first batter 4 pitches in.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 16, Breck Baranowski.
Breck Baranowski's 1 for 2 so far on the day. Has a single and a ground out. Mark Torr is a Homer Glen, Illinois native, standing at 5'11" as he sees that one. For strike 1 on the outside corner. I would love to see if we can go find one of those home run balls. I don't know if it's somebody's job to go find one of those. It's an 0-2 count now to Baranowski. The 0-2. Outside. Wanted to take a hack at it, but it's ball 1. And that is driven directly into the glove of Nojava over at third. And just as powerful as he is on the bat, when he's out there at third base, just as powerful with that stretching grab. And now with 2 outs, it's Kyle Crabtree who's 1 for 2 on the day. That one outside for ball 1. Crabtree, the first baseman in the 6 hole. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the 1-1, and it is fouled straight back, possible press box roof. Nope, just behind it. Now it's a 1-2 count to Kyle Crabtree. Nobody on and 2 outs. Torr kicks and delivers. Ball in the dirt to even it up. Only 12 pitches so far for Torr, as this is his first inning of work. Now it's going to be foul. Here's the 2-2. Grounder over to the shortstop, Drew Church, bobbles it, and that'll go in the books as an E6. And we have seen our first error of the day.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 8, Arnaldo Velasquez.
And that from Velasquez, first pitch drilled right into center field. That goes in the books as a hit. And now with 2 outs, there's 2 on. Velasquez seeing his pitch early against Torr. But now this brings up Drake Faringer. The third baseman is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a fly out. A strikeout would give him the hat trick. And that's chopped foul. Seeing some bullpen movement over at the Vikings side. Possible we see a change here when we go back into the bottom of the 5th. As that one is popped up, it's in fair territory. Somebody's got to make the grab on it, and Lim makes the grab. That retires the top of the 5th inning. No runs scored, and the Oilmen look to take the lead when we come back on the Region Sports Network.
Crushing. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Well, the Vikings are giving Lamas another chance up there on the bump. He's 68 pitches in his first 4 innings of work. And he gave up 4 runs earlier, all by way of a home run to left field. One just over that BP sign over by the 320. But Aiden Nojava put one well over the Oil City Stadium sign. It's Kamari Thomas coming up to the dish. Kamari Thomas is 0 for 2 on the day. As that one is in there for a strike. Kamari Thomas out of Michigan State University. Coming into this game batting .350 as that one's a blooper out to right field. Second baseman Velasquez makes the grab. And you just saw him hit a home run last inning, and he's already back. It's number 15, the D1 shortstop, Drew Church. He saw one pitch very, very well his last time up against the exact same pitcher. And he will see that one on the inside corner for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. And that is in foul territory. It looks like it's still in the field of play, but not. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to Church. And It's in the dirt for ball one. Baranowski playing well back out there in left field, knowing the power that Drew Church has. And that one's in the dirt to even it up. The 2-2 is in the dirt as well, fills it up, coming back from behind 0-2. And that's a grounder over to second base. Velasquez makes the throw in time. That gives us the second out of the frame. Ryan Groberski 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a single on a hard grounder to left. His first pitch is fouled just over the press box. And that one's going to be high to even it up. The 1-1. Foul back. And here comes the 2-2 to Ryan Groberski. Swing and a miss, and he goes down by the way of the K. That wraps up the Miller Lite fifth inning. Still a score of 4-4 when we come back here on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me help! Land of Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium.
Back here at Oil City Stadium, and I will tell you a quick story about some shenanigans that happen up here in the press box. We use a brand new software for our sound, and it hasn't been working for us recently, you know. And I sent some emails to the people who make the software, you know, and they said that it's just as simple as a click of a button and you answer a couple questions, and then you should have full access to everything again, right? And my very lovely public address announcer, Joey Savalio, said, I can't find that button that I'm supposed to hit. And I said, it has to be there because John from Sound Director says that it's there. So he showed up around 4 o'clock today for game time and opened up his laptop, and he opened the program, and I found the button in seconds. And some of you might be thinking, how could he miss such a button? My answer is that summer has come around, and he has stopped reading. Even though he is the class president at Munster High School, he's just stopped reading, because it's summer and people don't want to read anymore. And you might say, Seth, summer is still a good time to be reading, and reading is important all year round. And to that I say, Wednesday night at Oil City Stadium is library night, as that's a fly out to a sliding Andrew Lim in right field from Mike Roberson. So yeah, Wednesday night we're going to play the Elkhart County Miracle. It is library night in collaboration and that one popped foul by Jalen House at the top of the order. Elkhart County Miracle, Northwest Indiana Oilmen, Oil City Stadium, 6:35 first pitch, collaboration with the Whiting Public Library. It'll be a good time. Called strike, count goes 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Just outside for a ball. Here's the 1-2. And it is a ground ball over to Drew Church. Just misses his glove. And the single from House puts him on base once again, as Dillian Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2 on the day, comes up with one out. Double play opportunity here for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. If you ever want to go back and watch those 2 home runs that were beautifully put into play from Aiden Nohava and Drew Church, go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you want. Because we just posted it everywhere, a nice little clip of it. Check over on the runner at first. House is very fast, so any possibility that we could take him out, it's a good idea. We should do that. And that's going to be a called strike. And a stolen base from Jalen House. Here's the 1-2. It is a blooper. And just over the head of Nohava, runner rounds third. Kamari Thomas is going to be the one to pick it up. The throw is in time, and he's tagged and got him. Beautiful throw from Thomas down to Miller behind the plate. And to tag out Jalen House, one of the fastest runners in this league, is an incredible feat as Rodriguez takes left field on that hit. To bring up Henrik Conniff, who's 0 for 3 on the day. The shortstop has struck out twice. And he's flown out to center. And that's high and deep into left center field, covering a lot of ground way back. Upperman makes the grab just shy of the warning track, and that retires the side. No runs here in the top of the sixth. The score is still 4-4. Oilmen up to bat when we come back on the Region Sports Network.
Crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasting, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
New pitcher on the mound for the Hammond Vikings. We'll give you all his information here in a minute. Bottom of the sixth inning, as the Oilmen and the Hammond Vikings are tied 4-4. A very entertaining game we've seen so far. Everybody was on the edge of their seat in those first 4 innings. We saw a little bit of daylight when Drew Church put out a solo shot over the BP sign in left field. And a 3-run shot from Aiden Nohava in his Oilman debut tied the game at 4. And now we see Luis Termero. Luis Termero 0 for 1 on the day. He's flown out and walked. And that's driven into center field. Sliding grab. Wow, Jalen House on the first pitch of the frame makes a diving grab.
Now batting for Oilman, number 41, Aiden Nohava.
Ball 1 to Aiden Nohava. 1 for 2 on the day with a 3-run shot over the Oil City Stadium sign. That is a blooper over into right center field. Jalen House makes the grab.
Now batting for Oilman, number 14, Andrew Lim.
So it is Dillian Rodriguez out there on the bump for the Hammond Vikings, have confirmed. Ryan Hart's the pinch hitter, sees ball 1. And that one is high for ball 2. The 2-0 is on the outside corner for strike one. And Dylan Rodriguez coming in from right field, which means somebody had to replace him out there in right. And that is popped straight up. Velasquez calls everybody off and drops the ball, and it goes into the books as an E4. So now with 2 outs, Ryan Hartz finds himself on second after his first at-bat of the game, and Max Miller, who's 0 for 2 on the day, comes to the dish. The catcher has struck out and flown out so far today. Max Miller came into this game batting .300. He was 3 for 10. Now he is 3 for 12. And he sees a strike on the inside corner. Here comes the 0-1. Drilled high and deep into left field, covering a lot of ground is House. He makes the grab, and that retires the side. 3 flyouts here in the bottom of the 6th. When we come back, it is the top of the 7th here on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me help! Lando Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay. Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium. It is Carter Green taking over on the mound for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Carter Green is from South Suburban College, hails out of Homewood, Illinois. I believe this is the second time we've seen Carter Green out here on the bump. And due up is 36 in Thomas Corley.
Now batting for the Vikings, number 36, Thomas Corley.
Carter Green has pitched 1 inning with us so far. 19 pitches in 4 batters faced. No hits, 1 walk with 2 Ks. And he will see a ball there. This is the 4, 5, 6 part of the order. And a quick conversation here between Max Miller and Max Miller and Carter Green. And that is fouled off on the right side. Corley 1 for 2 on the day as he sees that pitch for a ball. He has walked, doubled, and popped out to Fedor at second. And that is drilled out to right field. Ryan Hartz gets a read on it, makes the grab, and that retires the first batter of the 7th. That brings up Breck Baranowski. Now, the 7th inning of Oilmen Baseball is brought to you by Laborers Local 41, currently representing 1,200 members who work in the construction industry in Northwest Indiana. They are the fastest growing union of construction workers and one of the most diverse and influential unions representing public service employees. For more information, visit laborers41.com. A 1-0 count now to Baranowski, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Another mound meeting from Max Miller here. Still some things they got to work out, as this is only their second time working together. Breck has a ground out and a line out as this one goes over to Drew Church, who tries for the backhanded grab, and it goes in the books as an E6. Drew Church, in my opinion, I see him go for the backhanded grab a lot. That seems to be his go-to move, and it's not working out for him, I don't think. I think we got to go back to basic fundamental baseball, get in front of that ball, charge it, scoop it. I don't think there was really any reason to go for the backhanded grab there. And that is in there for strike 1. And that's the second error now for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. I believe both of them coming from Drew. And that one's fouled back just over the press box. That could have hit the wall. Just about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I saw a foul ball from a travel team hit one of the windows of this press box. Tells me that the glass here is pretty strong as the runner goes, swing and a miss. And interference from the batter, couldn't make the play at second, and he's out. Nope, he'll actually go back to first, so that is a swinging strikeout. Max Miller tried to make a throw down to second, but Crabtree took over and stood on the plate as Miller was trying to make the throw. A conversation here between the umpires and head coach Dre Gilmore. From our vantage point, and I'm sure Rob Casiano and Joseph Alio will agree with me, Crabtree stood on the plate right after he struck out. The momentum carried him there, so it's not necessarily his fault. But if you're outside of the batter's box and you impede with a throw from a fielder, that's interference. So the runner cannot advance. So Baranowski being on first should be the right call here. Now, I don't know if from a different angle Dre saw something different out there at first base, but from back here where I have a perfect line from home plate to second base, that looked clear as day to me that Crabtree shouldn't have been standing there. And we will continue play now. Carter Green, 9 pitches in for those first 2 outs. It's Arnaldo Velasquez, 1 for 3 so far. I see 2 flyouts and a single. First pitch is just on the outside corner for strike 1. Attempted pickoff over at first. Really keeping an eye on Baranowski out on first. His speed is pretty good out there. He's a strong left fielder for the Vikings. Swing and a miss. Count goes 0-2. Carter Green looking to put away the top of the 7th inning here as we head into the stretch. Outside ball 1. The 1-2. Outside, evens it up. I don't think they're worried about Baranowski much anymore in a 2-strike count with 2 outs. But the pitching certainly seems like it currently from Carter Green as he's placing those pitches outside like he's expecting the runner to go. Runner does go. Ball is low. The throw down to second is in time. The tag, safe. Now a full count with a runner on second base in a tie ball game. The situation becomes a bit more scary, and Baranowski must have jammed his finger on the base or something. Because he is shaking his arm like crazy out there. He's only got the sliding mitt on one hand. Now a full count and 2 outs. The payoff. Drilled right up the middle. That looks like it might score a run. They're actually going to hold him, so runners on the corners for a hard ground ball up the middle. Single for Arnaldo Velasquez. He goes 2 for 4 on the day. And Drake Faringer is 0 for 3. The right-handed batter, all 3 of his at-bats made contact to the right side. Just can't get himself on base currently. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs. Let's see how Faringer takes this at bat as he hacks and misses at that one for strike 1. Big, powerful swing from Faringer on that pitch. And the 0-1. That one's going to be low. Keeping an eye on Velasquez out there at second. I don't think they're really going to throw down if Velasquez decides to take off. Baranowski's got some speed, and I'm not sure it would be the best idea to throw down to second and give Baranowski all that time. The 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Green kicks, delivers, swing and a miss, put him down. No runs on 1 hit and an error out there in the field on 19 pitches, and it's time to stretch here at the ballpark. We'll be back with the bottom of the Laborers Local 41 7th inning here on the Region Sports Network.
Crushing. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost premium meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium. We have stretched, and we are ready for the Oilmen to come back and make this game a victory in the books. Currently tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dylan Rodriguez has finished his first inning of work on the mound. 10 total pitches for him. And we are ready to get things moving here. I see a number 5. Sam Nigro is going to be pinch hitting here for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen in the 9 hole. Sam Nigro is an infielder from Colby College. Currently lives in Winnetka. Takes ball 1 high. Nigro comes into this game 1 for 6 so far. This is his 5th appearance in the Oilmen roster. That one will be another ball. So some defensive changes since Rodriguez came in from right. Fahringer moved from third to right. And Thomas Corley, who was the designated hitter, has taken over at third base. So now we're in a situation where all 9 guys in the lineup hitting are also on the field. Second team we have seen do that against this Oilman team this year, as the first one was the Elkhart County Miracle in their second game of the season here. It's a 3-1 count now to Nigro, likely taking over at second base. And that one is in the dirt, and he will get a free base on his first plate appearance of the day. And this brings us back to the top of the order in number 40, Nick Upperman. Nick Upperman has struck out twice, and he's singled on a ground ball to left field. First pitch is down for a ball. Probably could have convinced the umpire that that one was a strike, but Roberson behind the dish had an early pop-up on that catch, probably obstructing the umpire's view of the plate. Nigro taking a hefty lead out there. That's a strike on the outside corner. And that is a pop-up in fair territory. It's in no man's land. Velasquez makes the grab. And that gives us our first out. Velasquez has had to cover a lot of ground out there at second base today. And an overthrow back to the pitcher. Sam Nigro is going to get a stolen base out there at second. I didn't see it happen with my own eyes, but it happened. The sun officially gone here in beautiful Whiting, Indiana. The BP backdrop is looking beautiful as ever. The beautiful flame on your view over the Lando Frost sign out in left field. Stolen Bases brought to you by BP. For maximum speed and efficiency, look to BP and Whiting, an energy company with a purpose. Where would I be without Rob Cassiano? Kamari Thomas 0 for 3 on the day. Pop out in foul territory. He had a fly out to left and a pop out to second. Dude's hitting the ball in the air a lot. Sees a strike there. Count 2-1. The go-ahead runner in scoring position. And that one's fouled back. So now it's a 2-2 count to Kamari Thomas. Rodriguez picks his pitch. Takes a look over at second. Decides not to throw. The pitch is well inside. Thomas had to dodge that one. And the count now full. And this pitch is going to be a momentum shift here for both teams. A strikeout here makes the job a lot less stressful for the Vikings. But if he gets on base with 2 on and only 1 out in a tie ball game, you never know what can happen. Here's the payoff, and it is drilled in center field. It's going to land. Caston gives Nigro the signal. He's going home, and he's going to score. It's a 5-4 ball game in Whiting. And the Northwest Indiana Oilmen have taken a 5-4 lead. And look who comes up to the plate with the insurance run on first base. It's the home run hitter, Drew Church. Had a heck of a day out there at short. And Church's first pitch is fouled. So Drew Church's home run was the first home run the Northern League has seen so far in the 2025 season. So 2 home runs here so far in this league, both of them coming from the Oilmen. That one will find the zone for strike 2. That one fouled off, and Kamari Thomas took off and will take the trot of shame back to first. On deck is Groberski. We will do another 0-2. Rodriguez kicks and delivers, and it's swung on and missed, and he will go down swinging. So the first baseman, Ryan Groberski, has walked and singled so far today. His last time up, he struck out. Now 2 outs with an insurance run on first. Runner goes, pitch is called a strike, the tag in time. And that will retire the 7th inning, but not before the Oilmen take another 5-4 lead. We'll be back to see if they can hold off the Vikings on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me help! Land of Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make a smart choice. Land of Frost Premium.
We come to you in the top of the 8th inning from beautiful Oil City Stadium, up by 1. The Northwest Indiana Oilmen just took a 5-4 lead over the Hammond Vikings on a single right up the middle. So Mike Roberson in the 9-hole leading off for the Vikings to see if they can crawl back. And Carter Green still on the bump and swung on and missed. Carter Green threw 19 pitches in that first inning. It was a very impressive first inning. Another called strike there. 2 strikeouts in that one inning, 2 left on base. The 0-2 to Roberson, high. That 1-2 pitch is going to be low, evens it up. Here's the 2-2. Outside, fills it up. When you're a pitcher and you really get that early 0-2 count, you think the possibilities are endless with ways that you can put this guy down. But when you misplace your pitches and fill it back up, not an ideal situation. Fouled off. Pitch probably was a ball. Protective swing from Roberson is fouled back to the brick backstop. Roberson is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a flyout. He has walked. Payoff is low, and Green walks the leadoff. And this brings us back to the top of the order in Jalen House. And boy, what a day he's had. He's 3 for 4. He had a pop out his first time up in foul territory. Nojava was the one to make the grab on that one. But since then, 3 base hits, 1 to left and 2 to right. He will swing and miss at that first one. I believe after the day he has had so far, Jalen House leads the league in batting average. And he will see that one for strike 2. Jalen House has a slugging percentage of .700, which is quite high. The only man above him in the Northern League is Ryan Groberski at .760. That pitch is inside and in the dirt for ball 1. That one fouled off. We'll do the 1-2 again. Jalen House is going to be somebody we frequently mention on the Northern 9 podcast, which you could watch every Tuesday morning at 11 on your team's Facebook page. That one foul tipped into the glove. It goes in as a K. And what a milestone it is to strike out Jalen House. And now with one out and Roberson on first, it'll be Dylan Rodriguez. Here comes the 1-0. Right down the middle for strike one. Here comes the 1-1. It's a little low for a ball. Middle infielders playing way back. Nigro all the way out there in the grass. That pitch was well offline. Count goes 3-1. A walk would put Roberson, the tying run, in scoring position. And that one will walk him. So 2 on now with 1 out. Hammond Vikings down by 1. Henrik Conniff is 0 for 4 on the day. The shortstop has struck out twice and flown out twice. Quick conversation here between Green and Miller. I think the strat here for the Oilmen is probably to go for the double play ball. The infielders have the ability to do it. This is a strong infield team. Henrik Conniff's first pitch is in there for strike one. Green takes a hard look over at the runner at second, and that pitch is swung on and missed. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, and the base umpire says no. Looked like he went. Yeah, it was close. I don't know. So now it's a 1-2. That one just outside to even it up. Max Miller thought it was good. Here's the 2-2. Drilled right up the middle. Oh, and just past a diving Nigro. And they decide to fill up the bases. Nigro really tried his best to hit that diving grab. He's taken a long time to get up. And he's going to walk around for a second, and I think he landed a little weird. He's going to give the thumbs up. He's still good to play. 1 out, bases loaded. and the Vikings down by 1. Big opportunity here. It's Thomas Corley, the third baseman now, is 1 for 3 on the day. He has walked and doubled. First pitch is a ball. The Oilmen have, other than the 2 home runs, there's no doubles or triples in there. But the Hammond Vikings have 1 double. A lot of hits for the Vikings, as that one is ball 2. And Carter Green really feeling the pressure now, 24 pitches into this inning. And here comes the 2-0. Swung on and missed. And Green trying to get some momentum here. Oil City crowd trying to keep Green in one piece. As the temperature slowly drops, currently 66 in Whiting. That one's going to be called a ball. Not sure if it missed high or inside, but it looked pretty close. Here comes the 3-1. Drilled deep into center field. Nick Upperman is going to make the grab. Runner tags from third. The throw, he's going to third with it. The throw, not in time. So that goes in the books as a sac fly. Runners advance. And all runners move on. It's a tied 5-5 ball game here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs and the go-ahead on third with another one on second. Breck Baranowski has been given the job, and he drills it just past a glove. Aiden Nohava just misses that ground ball, and that single gives the Vikings the lead. So Kyle Crabtree coming to the dish now, 1 for 4. His last time up was a strikeout. He struck out one other time and singled on a ground ball up the middle. First pitch is in the dirt. Runner goes. Got him! Caught stealing home Max Miller to Carter Green, and that retires the 8th inning. 2 runs, 2 hits on no errors. When we come back, Oilman bats need to come back here on the Region Sports Network.
Crushing. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost premium meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium. It is a tense atmosphere here in Whiting as the Northwest Indiana Oilmen, down by 1, are up to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Due up for the Oilmen, it's the 4-5-6 hole in Groberski, Termero, and Nohava. Groberski going to take the plate first. 1 for 2.
Now batting for the Oilmen, number 27, Ryan Groberski.
Groberski's first pitch is high for ball 1. And that is going to be a ball. Two-0 is inside on the hands of Groberski. Count now 3-0. Is right down the middle. Hard to give him the red light on that one. That's one I would probably give him the green light on that 3-0 if I'm head coach Mike Caston. And that one is popped foul. Now we get the payoff on the leadoff hitter in the 8th as Rodriguez steps off the mound. 5 pitches so far, 34 on the day from Rodriguez. Swing and a miss, and down goes Groberski. Now 1 out. It'll be a pinch hitter in 17. This will be Nate Brumfield. Nate Brumfield, a catcher out of Wabash College. Valparaiso native, stands at 6'1". And that one's going to be a ball low. Nate Brumfield comes into this game with a .214 average, batting 3 for 14. This is his 7th game played as an Oilman. The 1-0 is low for ball 2. Each batter coming to the plate in this inning represents the tying run. And the Oilmen need this one bad after falling to the Griffith Generals yesterday by a score of 8-6. And that's driven high and deep into center field. Jalen House doesn't need to cover much ground. He makes the grab. This brings up 41, Aiden Nohava. Aiden Nohava's 1 for 3 with a 3-run shot over the Oil City Stadium sign. That one's going to be in the zone for strike 1. And that's a ground ball. It's rolling slowly over to Velasquez at second. Bobbles to pick it up. The throw is still in time. And the Oilmen go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. When we come back, we look to hold the Hammond Vikings at 6 here on the Region Sports Network.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce. and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people that are self-motivated, people that are reliable, people that are willing to give a hard day's work. In return, they get a good paycheck with good benefits. This is not a job, this is a career. If you're willing to put the time and dedication in, we're willing to provide you the tools and training necessary for you to succeed in the roofing industry. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. We know how to get the job done.
We don't go to the office, we build it. This is a truism with Ironworkers Local 395 and the Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Our goal is to exceed our customers' expectations. We provide a skilled, OSHA-trained, drug-free workforce, as well as many other certifications from our 4-year training program. Every time you hire an ironworker from Local 395, you should feel confident that you are receiving highly trained, highly skilled, and drug-free journeymen and apprentices who take their job and your project seriously. For more information, contact us at 219-763-7900 or ironworkers395.com.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium. It's the top of the 9th inning here in beautiful Whiting, Indiana. Your Northwest Indiana Oilmen currently trail the Hammond Vikings by a score of 6-5. If this score pans out, the winning pitcher on the mound will be Dylan Rodriguez, and Carter Green will take the loss on the bump. Jackson Montgomery is now the pitcher on the mound for your Oilmen, looking to keep the Vikings at 6. He has pitched 3 innings in his 3 games with the Oilmen so far, only 51 pitches in those combined. He has struck out 6 in those 3 innings and not given up a free base. So Kyle Crabtree now is going to lead off for the Vikings. This is the 6, 7, 8 part of the order here in the top of the 9th, and a do-or-die moment for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Quick conversation here between Max Miller and Montgomery. First pitch going to buzz the tower. Got a little bit of jitters coming here from Montgomery. And now the 1-0. Bobbled over to Drew Church as he bobbles that one. The throw, still in time. Drew Church managed the difficult hop and made a very hard throw over to Groberski. And Crabtree goes down in 2 pitches to bring up Arnaldo Velasquez, who's 2 for 4 on the day. Very strong second baseman today for the Vikings in the 7th hole. Big swing and a miss. Jackson Montgomery very animated out there on the mound. Does a lot of big movements, talking to himself a lot. I call him the mystery man because I don't know what goes on in that man's head. I have no idea. That one's, we'll call it low for ball 1. I don't really know where else it could have went. It's not inside. It's not outside. Here comes the 1-1. Once again, Drew Church, backhanded grab, the throw, got it! Drew Church finally making a perfect backhanded grab, standing up and making a hard throw to Groberski, which brings up Drake Faringer, the right fielder, 0 for 4 on the day with a ground out, 2 flyouts, and a strikeout. 5 pitches so far on Jackson Montgomery. This is the perfect momentum that the Oilmen need. That one's in there for strike one. Flaringer being 0 for 4 on the day. He's going to call time in the box. He already feels pretty sluggish today, I imagine. 0 for 4. Some would say he's due, but this is a high-pressure situation. You're not sure if he's going to be able to convert. That one's in there for strike 2. See, this is what I'm talking about. Keep an eye on Montgomery. He's doing all these little movements. What's going on in his world right now? The 1-2. Gone! 1-2-3 inning. 9 pitches for Jackson Montgomery. And Oilmen bats come up needing 1 run when we come back on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with BP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Wait! Let me help! Lando Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make a smart choice. Land of Frost Premium.
We come to you in the bottom of the 9th inning from Oil City Stadium. Ryan Hartz leads off down by 1 for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Big opportunity here for Northwest Indiana to come up big. A very similar situation yesterday against the Griffith Generals. We were down by 2 in the bottom of the 9th and had a hard time getting runners around. And that one is driven high and deep into left center field. Jalen House going to call him off, and he will make the grab. And in one pitch, we are only 2 outs away from an Oilman loss. This brings up Max Miller. Max Miller's 0 for 3 on the day. He has 2 flyouts to center and a strikeout. Big opportunity. That one in there for strike 1. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. That one fouled off on the right.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Miller goes down on the K.
So now Sam Nigro with 2 outs needs to tie this game for the Oilmen. Nobody on. Only 5 pitches from Dylan Rodriguez in this inning. Ball 1 is in the dirt. Here's the 1-0. It is a ground ball over to the third baseman. Corley makes the throw, and it's an overthrow. Sam Nigro is going to reach on an E5. So now Nigro on first, representing the tying run with Nick Upperman to the plate. Upperman has struck out twice and popped out to second base, but he has singled on a ground ball to left so far. Now, do or die moment here for Nick Upperman. His first pitch, down and away, ball 1. The 1-0. Rodriguez delivers. In there, strike 1. Outside, ball 2. Upperman seeing the ball well. Pitch black skies in Whiting, Indiana. Tying run on first in a 2-out situation. Bottom of the 9th inning. That one fouled off to the right side. Counts even at 2. 1 strike away from a secure victory for the Hammond Vikings. Oil City crowd cheering for Upperman, encouraging him to get through this AB and get this Oilman rally going. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. It's a drop, third strike. He'll run over to first. The throw's in time, and that is the end of the ball game. Final score from Oil City Stadium, Hammond Vikings 6, your Northwest Indiana Oilmen 5, and we'll be back with post-game coverage right here on the Region Sports Network.
Northwest Indiana is unique. It feels like a family. I'm proud to partner with VP for small business development, for supporting homeless shelters. There are many benefits, not only for job creation, but economic growth and development, their commitment to community.
Hear more from Monica and the Whiting community at bp.com/whiting.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
Wait! Let me help! Land of Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay. Make a smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
There's a shortage of roofers across the country. Here at Roofers Local 26, our signatory contractors are in need of a well-trained workforce, and it's our job to provide that workforce. We are looking for people.
Welcome back to Oil City Stadium. Unfortunately, the Oilmen, for the second game in a row, were unable to come up big in the bottom of the ninth inning. Timely hitting does not seem to be a very big theme on this Oilman team. Losing pitcher on the mound, unfortunately, goes to Carter Green. In his 2 innings pitched, he gave up 2 earned runs where it mattered most, giving up 3 hits, and he did strike out 5 batters, so not all negatives to look at for him. Winning pitcher on the mound is Dylan Rodriguez. Dylan Rodriguez pitched 4 innings, only giving up 1 hit and 1 earned run, striking out 4 batters. Very big day for Dylan Rodriguez on the mound, starting the day in right field. Very, very impressive work from him. There's not a whole lot really to say about this game. Anthony Scanlon, the starter on the bump for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen, had a bit of a slow start. He had a very strong first and fourth, but those second and third innings really just giving up 4 runs total in those 2 combined. Unfortunate, and early runs from either team in this league have proven to be something that gives them the definite strong upper hand. Whichever team first in the Northern League puts up runs in any given game has a massive, massive advantage going through the rest of the game. Momentum is bigger in this league than probably any other league in baseball. That brings us to the end of another exciting game here at Oil City Stadium. On Wednesday, your Oilmen face the Elkhart County Miracle back here in Whiting. First pitch is set for 6:35. Before we sign off, a huge thank you to our incredible Rob Cassiano for all his hard work in bringing you tonight's broadcast, and to Joe V. Savalio for helping me keep up with statistics throughout the game. And, of course, a massive thank you to all of you, the fans, for tuning in and making us a part of your evening. We truly appreciate your support. One final time here in beautiful Whiting, Indiana, the final score of today's match, Northwest Indiana Oilmen 5, Hammond Vikings 6. From all of us in the Oilmen organization, this is Seth Berquist reminding you to create your own extraordinary and tune in next time on the Region Sports Network.